I've been fighting an eviction for a year and a half, but face eviction into homelessness on July 25th. Now, when the government lifted the eviction ban, they said they'd prevent people going into emergency accommodation. So they brought in tenant in situ, where they ask your landlord if he'd sell the property to the council. Out of 15,000 eviction notices, only 1,000 of the properties have been sold to local authorities. And the landlord who owns my apartment block has been contacted 6 times by Dublin City Council, and he still refuses to sell and would rather evict families into homelessness. And then the other option they'll give you is they'll tell you to go get HAP, but there are no properties out there that are in the HAP limit. Sure, they even had a place finder phone number that you'd phone looking for HAP properties, and they shut the phone number down. They probably got tired of saying to people, sorry, there are no properties, sorry, there are no properties. So the government lifted the eviction ban, allowed a wave of evictions, and the 2 so-called lifelines they're offering people aren't working. But the housing crisis doesn't just affect people who are facing eviction. If you're a young nurse starting off, the average rent in Dublin is 93% of your wage. And so while the trade unions are sitting down with the government discussing wage agreements and pay agreements, they need to be mobilising on the housing crisis. The rise of rents is eroding workers' wages faster than inflation ever did. And the 40-year attack on public housing that has left us with no supply of social housing and a private sector that's completely reliant on private profiteers, vulture funds and people who are milking us for every penny they can get. I'm a member of the SIPTU trade union and a community worker. My union has over 150 to 180,000 members. If they were mobilised to march on the Dáil, we'd start getting the type of housing policies we need.